of stuff do you do in your show?
Mostly comedy. It's mostly like a...
As opposed to like just screaming at people?
Yeah, it's kind of comedy based. It's like, it's a lot of jokes, stories.
Where do you get your material from?
That's my writer. I get my material from just walking around and seeing things, and writing them down. That's pretty much it. I wish I could say that I had like a, I was an immigrant or a couple of kids that I hated.
Right.
Like
Where are you from originally?
I'm from New York City. Living in Los Angeles. Yeah.
What got you into it?
Just depression in college.
I wanted to laugh.
Yeah, I needed something, you know.
Sure.
It was, I needed attention. I think that was pretty much it. And women. It's a great way to meet women. I thought it was. It turned out that's terribly wrong.
They tried to sell me on the idea for this is the same thing, but it's not either.
Really?
Yeah.
I would assume this is great for that.
You can't. People recognize you too much, and then you're expected to do one thing.
They expect you to know the weather.
Well, they
That's
expect
the
you.
problem.
You can't get away with anything. That's the harder part.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Are the mics on?
Yeah. But I grew up in a small town too. I grew up in a small town, and my dad's the Baptist minister in a small town in South
Really?
Georgia. So I kind of grew up getting used to that. But this is, I feel like once you're an adult, you shouldn't have to have people looking over your shoulder. And then all of my protection left. All of my friends.
Yeah, they probably went into a bad career if you don't want people.
All of my friends that watched out for me all moved on to other jobs, and now I just don't go out anymore.
You look great in a suit. I don't know if that changed anything.
That's the one thing I have going for me.
You look excellent in a suit.
Let's see, what else?
You'll be out on 2, Kyle.
Okay. 8 o'clock for each show, is that right?
9:30. 9:30.
Oh, why do they give me this stuff?
I think you're looking at me headlining the Improv.
Yeah, and she just printed out the stuff. No.
We just promote
15
that
seconds.
3 minutes.
Stand by.
Well, welcome back. He is one of the youngest rising stars in comedy today. You may have seen him on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. He's also on MTV's new season of Punk'd. Barry Rothbart is considered a one-man character show, performing stand-up, sketch, and improv. This weekend he will be at the Off the Hook Comedy Club in Marco Island. First, he's joining us, getting up early to come into the studio with us right now. Thanks. First of all, you've got your, that's not coffee, that's tea to get you going?
This is gin.
Gin, okay,
Yeah.
there we go. Keep that on the DL here this morning. But first of all, for folks who have seen you on Punk'd or may have seen you on Leno, they may be a little more familiar, but you've also done commercial work as well, so what would they have spotted you on?
Let me remind them what, does anyone recognize this? When I catch a ball in a Taco Bell commercial?
Okay.
There's this ball that's being hit, and I reach up and I grab it, and I had 2 nachos in my hands before, and they turned into 1 nacho burrito, and I'm able to grab the ball because nacho burritos you can grab, even though they don't sell Taco Bell items at stadiums ever. But somehow they wound up in my hands, and I caught a ball.
Great promotion at a baseball game. Tell me a little bit about, you said you grew up in New York, now you moved out to the other coast. Where did you get started in comedy? Was it in New York?
Yeah. Well, before I answer that, I just want to say I look way fatter on these TVs than I do in person.
They say
I look
terrible.
They
say it adds 10
I look
pounds.
like I just woke up from a 15-day bender on this commercial.
Well, you
I
did
mean, on
just
this
wake up, right?
on this TV. Yeah, it was only a 3-day bender though.
Okay.
I'm from New York City, and I grew up in Queens, New York, in a very Jewish area of Queens, New York. And but I'm not practicing Jewish or anything like that. I'm one of the good ones.
I asked you where your comedy comes from, and you said you're not an immigrant. You didn't have grow up with bad family situations or anything like that. You said it was just something to have fun in college.
Yeah, no. I grew up with a void probably and a need for attention. So that's where it came from, and I decided one day that like, wow, these guys, they get up in front of people and they're able to make them laugh and everyone loves it and they all have a good time and this must be the most fun thing to do in the world. And then I realized it's not 99% of the time.
It's still work, right?
It's still work, and it's yeah. You have to work hard at it.
What are your shows like? You did when we were going through the thing. It says stand-up, sketch, improv, characters. What character show?
I don't do too many characters during my show, but I guess myself, I am a character.
Right.
Yeah, I play this slightly overweight Jewish guy from Queens who doesn't shave too often.
Only when you have to.
Yeah, and wears jackets that make him look like he has 4 different bellies.
You also did a stint on the Men of a Certain Age with Ray Romano. Obviously, he was a big name on television. Anybody else exciting that you've worked with in your career?
Bruce Valanche. I've worked with. Well, I was just on the new season of Punk'd on MTV.
Right.
So I worked with Justin Bieber. I worked with Ashton Kutcher and all the cool teen idols.
We're out of time. You could catch it tonight at Off the Hook at 9.
I could tell everybody else where.
Sorry, they were counting us down.
Well,
All right.
that was good enough.
Yeah, I was going to get you to tell us something.